Wilson because dang, woo. Welcome to the SB.
When Serena Williams spoke openly about her recent transformation, it caught the world off guard. This was not just any celebrity story. Serena had long been admired as the ultimate symbol of discipline, power, and resilience. Her career was built on relentless training and an almost unmatched mental toughness. So when she revealed that her weight loss did not follow the familiar narrative of extreme workouts or strict dieting alone, people listened closely. The reaction was immediate and emotional. Fans were stunned, critics were cautious, and the conversation spread quickly across social media. This moment felt different because it wasn't about appearance alone. It was about a woman known for strength admitting that her journey had been more complicated than anyone imagined. Life after championships and applause. After stepping away from professional tennis, Serena entered a chapter of life that many admired but few truly understood. Retirement did not mean freedom from expectations. Instead, it brought a new kind of pressure. As a mother of two, Serena spoke about how her body changed in ways that felt unfamiliar, even to someone who had trained at the highest level for decades. She explained that this period was not about chasing perfection, but about trying to feel like herself again. The applause of stadiums had faded, but the spotlight never fully left, and with it came constant observation and judgment. When the body feels like a stranger. One of the most powerful parts of Serena's story was her honesty about feeling disconnected from her own body. This was the same body that had endured injuries, comebacks, and historic victories. Yet after childbirth and years of physical stress, she found herself struggling in ways she had never experienced before. No matter how carefully she trained or ate, the results she expected did not come. That frustration was deeply personal. It reminded people that even elite athletes are not immune to the realities of aging, hormonal changes, and recovery after pregnancy. A thoughtful and personal decision. Serena made it clear that her decision to explore medical support was not impulsive or casual. She spoke about hesitation, research, and careful consideration. This was not framed as a shortcut or a trend, but as a personal health decision made under professional guidance. She emphasized that her choice was specific to her body and circumstances, not a recommendation for others. That distinction mattered. Her career had always been defined by effort and perseverance, and she did not suddenly abandon those values. Instead, she acknowledged that sometimes effort alone is not enough. The internet responds loudly. As soon as Serena's comments became public, the reaction was intense. Social media filled with opinions from every angle. Many people praised her for being honest about a struggle that countless women face quietly. Mothers, in particular, expressed gratitude for seeing someone so accomplished speak openly about postpartum challenges. Others, however, felt conflicted. They worried that her words might be misunderstood or misused. The debate quickly grew larger than Serena herself, turning into a conversation about health, expectations, and the influence of public figures. Praise, criticism, and confusion supporters saw Serena's honesty as refreshing. To them, she appeared more human than ever. She wasn't hiding behind a flawless image, and that vulnerability made her relatable. Critics, on the other hand, felt disappointed. They believed she had represented the idea that discipline alone could overcome any obstacle. To them, her admission felt like a shift away from that message. This divide highlighted how deeply people project their beliefs onto public figures, often expecting them to carry impossible ideals. The weight of public expectations. What became clear was that Serena's story was also about the relentless pressure placed on women in the public eye. Even after retirement, she was expected to look a certain way, to age gracefully without showing change, and to return to a previous version of herself as if motherhood left no lasting impact. Every photo, every appearance became a point of discussion. This constant scrutiny was not just physical, it carried emotional weight, reminding her that visibility often comes at a personal cost. A double standard. Hard to ignore. One of the most striking elements of this conversation was the contrast between how male and female athletes are treated. Men are often praised for showing signs of age or slowing down, seen as seasoned or experienced. Women, especially mothers, are expected to bounce back almost immediately. Despite Serena's unmatched achievements, her body became a topic of debate in ways that her male counterparts rarely face. This double standard added another layer to her decision, making it about dignity and self-acceptance rather than appearance. The broader health conversation. As the discussion expanded, health professionals reminded the public that medical tools are complex and should never be treated casually. They emphasized that such options are not designed for cosmetic purposes and must be approached carefully. Serena herself never suggested otherwise. Her openness was about sharing her experience, not promoting a solution. This distinction helped steer the conversation toward responsibility and awareness rather than imitation. Honesty in a culture of silence. Serena's willingness to speak openly revealed something larger about celebrity culture. Many public figures feel pressured to hide the realities behind their transformations. By choosing transparency, Serena challenged that silence. Her words prompted people to question how many stories remain untold and how often perfection is presented without context. This honesty didn't simplify the issue, but it made space for a more realistic conversation. Redefining strength and legacy. For someone whose name is synonymous with dominance and excellence, vulnerability added a new dimension to Serena's legacy. Strength, as she showed, does not disappear when you ask for help. Instead, it evolves. Her achievements on the court remain untouched, but now they are accompanied by a story of growth beyond competition. She showed that success does not end with trophies, and that personal well-being deserves the same respect as professional accomplishment. A conversation bigger than one person. By the time the initial reaction settled, it was clear that Serena Williams had sparked a conversation far beyond her own life. Her story touched on motherhood, aging, public pressure, and the unrealistic standards placed on women. It encouraged people to reflect on how they judge others and themselves. This was no longer just about weight or image, it was about empathy and understanding. The question that still lingers. In the end, Serena's revelation left the world with an important question. Should we criticize people for seeking support when they struggle, or should we recognize that even the strongest individuals need help at times? Serena Williams reminded everyone that humanity exists even at the highest levels of success. Her story wasn't about losing weight, it was about gaining honesty, perspective, and the courage to speak openly. Whether this moment reshapes how society views strength remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the conversation she started is far from over.